Thousands of distributors all around the world in this Jeunesse family. She was the first that believed in this mission, the first that believed in the cause, the focus behind this company. So if we could give a standing ovation to our Presidential Diamond Director in Los Angeles, California, my sister, Kim Lee.
Make sure you do it. Because there's such a blessing in giving. I am forever grateful to be a part of this incredible platform. I was backstage talking to Randy about how he feels to have built a legacy of $1 billion brand. And he was backstage, and he looked at me, and he said, Kim, it's not too much of hitting that $1 billion brand mark, but rather, it is that journey and that experience of reaching $1 billion. And in that process of how many people that we're able to touch, the lives that we're able to touch around the world. And with that, on behalf of all the distributors, I'd like to say thank you to Wendy and Randy, and let's give a big round of applause. For creating a platform that are truly touching lives and changing lives. Jeunesse has been an incredible life university for me, personally. 27 years ago, when I was on a journey as an entrepreneur to wanting to achieve financial freedom. Little did I know that the lessons that I've engaged for in life, some of the lessons I didn't sign up for or I didn't thought I signed up for, but these life lessons have taught me and shaped me to be who I am here today. Oftentimes, the last 6 years, as we travel the world, and people often ask, say, how did you all start it? How did you have the vision of creating something that is here today? And I often said that this is a loaded question. How do we begin such a journey when there's no distributor, no consumers yet? We haven't even tried the products yet. So what was it in our hearts? In our hearts of heart, what was it in our minds at that time? And I can tell you, it all started with Wendy and Randy. When you know, beyond a shadow of doubt, the kind of people they are, the kind of hearts they have, you just have that sense of knowing and have that sense of trust. From there, as I reflect, and I can share with you 3 things that really helped me shape to be who I am here today, and embark on a journey to when I'll be the first distributor, the first executive, the first jade, pearl, sapphire, and which some of you get to be recognized. And these are very important milestones for your career, and not only that, for life. Because each and every way, not only, like Randy had talked about, not only is a $1 billion mark, it's more important than that. It's that journey behind the steps that we took to be where we are. This the accomplishment, the experiences, and the transformations that went on in our lives to be where we are today. And as I recall, I think the first thing is, I didn't know when we first started it, that obviously there's a lot of people that laughed at us. There's a lot of quote-unquote skincare companies out there, supplement companies out there. But one thing that was true for me at that time is that I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that it was impossible. I didn't know that, I didn't know that what people say cannot be done. And so when you hold that non-judgmental issues away, just amazing things as if your life purpose, your life calling started coming through. But coming back to here is that we came here looking for a better life, a better way of life. And we're searching for the know-how to come here. And I know many of you, some of you had came here maybe perhaps on your last time, that you bought an airline ticket, you invested time to come here this weekend. And you know, for me, as a matter of fact, for me, I had a decision to make this weekend because I had some family engagement that had to be in Los Angeles for my mom's birthday, and along with some other personal issues. So I had to make a decision whether to come here to Orlando, Florida, or to go to Macau in 2 weeks. And it was a tough call for me. And I want to share this story with you. It kind of, if you could not only listen with your auditory ears, but to really feel it from here. There is something that happened that caused me to choose to alter my decision to come here to Orlando, Florida. And please pardon me, that's why I wasn't dressed in a cocktail outfit. I bought this jacket last minute to be here because I was told it was a cocktail outfit. And so, thank you very much. Now, I saw a message, many messages from different groups of people. And one particular that really touched my heart, that she was flying in from Europe. And she went to the airport in Luxembourg. And because of the strike, she couldn't come to Orlando, Florida. And she was heartbroken. She was so sad, she texted me. And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning in Los Angeles times. And she says, Kim, I am so sad that I'm going to miss this event in Orlando, Florida. And so, 2 hours later, she sent me another text. She said, Kim, my mother had bought me a brand new ticket. So therefore, I'm going to make it in Orlando, Florida. And she made it right here. And here I was, sitting at home. I was in a space. I was blessed much in life. And when one is blessed, much is expected out of you. So I thought to myself, what excuse do I have of not being in Florida for the people, for the great distributor and entrepreneurs that came here in search of better way, in finding out a better way to live life? And because of that, I told my husband, I'm sorry, I have to get a plane ticket, I have to go on a flight, even though I'm leaving next week, but I have to be here in Orlando, Florida. Example had actually brought back a lot of memories for me as an entrepreneur. I remember 20-some years ago when I first engaged in network marketing, and I was taught and I was told that you are not in the business until you go to a convention. And so I remember, and I still recall that I took my very last time to go on to a convention, and don't even know how I was going to pay for the hotel, but I made it to the convention. I knew how it felt to be a struggling entrepreneur, but with a heart full of desire to make it. I knew how it felt. So for those of you, if you were on your last time coming out here, congratulations. Give yourself a big round of applause. Because of that, we are the living example. It is possible. It is possible. Dreams do come true in life. So how did all that happen? For me, if I would boil down to 3 things. Number 1, is being non-judgmental. Not having a judgment of this is possible, that's not possible, that's not possible. We move all of that. And when you feel the space in life with possibility, with positive energy, things do come to you. It might take you a month, it might take you a year, it might take you 10 years. But you know what? It doesn't matter how long it took. At least you never give up. At least you show up to the call. To have Mercedes Corporation calling me to find out where I parked my car so they can tow that away. I remember what it feels like to have American Express call me and say, Miss Hui, when can I expect a payment? I remember all those things. And that's why I am here today to share with you, to showcase to all the entrepreneurs, for those of you that dare to dream you better dare to win. Because I believe together we can touch lives. I believe together we can do many good to humanity. And I believe that it is time for the human awareness, awakening, all the social conditioning. You know what? It is time for all of us to wake up. I remember 20 years ago when I was an entrepreneur, when I got laid off, when I got downsized, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I refused to succumb to the environment I was in. I refused to stay broke. And you know what? Some of you may be fascinated by some of the $1 million earners, by some of the top leaders, how much money you make. But I want you to be even more impressed by how they got there. It is not about the millions and millions of dollars that we make. You know, when I didn't have it at that time, I said, what are you talking about? It's all about that. But once you get the money each other way, all that numbers, all that digits, it's just a number. It is just numbers. Right now, as I'm standing on stage, I do not have one single penny on me. Perhaps some of you, if your purse is not next to you, you don't have anything on you. So let's take a look at this. You and me. I do not have one penny in my body right now. So what's the difference between me and you? None. And the second thing that helped us to go on this journey is every day to live that inner picture of what's in you. What does that inner picture of your life look like? What do you envision your life to be? We all have it. Children, when we were young, we had it. But as we grew up, the society, the social conditioning conditioned us in a different way. But it's time to wake up, to break out of that mode. If you have your choice, if you have your way of life, how would you like to live your life? Have that picture and live it and breathe it. You know, I didn't care how broke I was, even though when I was broke, I would walk into the store like I had $1 million to burn. It's called attitude. Folks, every day, fill your mind with good thoughts, with things that make you feel good, thoughts that make you feel good. And live those thoughts and put action to move towards those thoughts. It certainly wasn't an easy journey. You know, Scott mentioned about me and Wendy went on economy class, the first few trips. And then there was a guy next to us. Some of you heard the story, some of you haven't. A guy next to us and asked us what we do. And here I was, of course, I was trying to edify the owner. I said, oh yeah, this lady, she owns a multi-million-dollar network marketing company. And the guy looked at me and looked at Wendy. It's like, what are you guys smoking? You are sitting in the economy class with me. And I believe someday, somehow, somewhat, someday, that gentleman that was sitting on the economy class with us at that time, he would show up as a Jeunesse distributor. And he would stand up in the convention, you know what, Kim, that gentleman you spoke of, that was me. You should put that thought out there. It is going to happen. So live your inner thoughts. Just picture whatever you want, however you want to live your life. I don't know. I just feel that I was, you know, when I was a struggling entrepreneur, I felt that I was so light. I was so light because I was filled with desire, filled with positive hope and dreams, and it just, my mind, I filled my mind with abundance. And every day, you know what? It's not about how much money you have in your pocket. Just like right now, I have no money in my pocket, but my heart is full of abundance. So how you feel has nothing to do with how much money is in your pocket. Nothing. So if you could learn to do that. And the third and last thing is to take responsibility of the space you're in. Whatever space you're in, take responsibility. That I felt a sense of responsibility to be here today. And I'm so glad I came here, even though, forgive me, I'm in my jeans, but I'm so glad I made it here. And taking responsibility not only for ourselves, but for society. Here's Jeunesse Kids is aligned with this incredible organization, Free the Children. I tell you, there is an amazing feeling. A feeling of gratitude, a feeling of joy, a feeling of pride, a feeling of being connected to the universe when you give. And when you watch other people who have accomplished success and they are giving, that also gives you a lot of joy. And I'd like to close with this story. That last week, we had lunch with with the Free the Children in Los Angeles. And when Samson and I went and had lunch, much to my surprise, when Samson decided to donate for this cause of Jeunesse Kids and Free the Children, Samson had lunch. During lunchtime, he rolled a check. Do you know how much he rolled a check for? He rolled a check for 6 digits. A check over lunch. 6 digit meaning there's a comma. There's like dot, 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 comma, dot, dot, dot. A lunch. You know, he didn't talk about it, I did. Because if other people talk about it, like bragging. Do you know how it makes me feel as a fellow human being? For someone to have accomplished success and have the heart to give back. I am very grateful to the founders of this company and also to the corporate management team. I was sitting backstage and watching through the camera and watching the lenses. I said, you know what? I said to Wendy, Wendy, it is such an incredible feeling to watch the evolution of this company. Not only from a management side, from corporate staffing, adding the additional staffing, but look at the diversity that this company is evolving into. And all that happened because of each and every single one of you. I believe when our heart is the right place, amazing things can come to you. So with that, I hope that you get what you need. I hope you get what you're looking for. And more importantly, I hope you got that belief of turning your dreams into reality. And more importantly than that, once you get your money issue out of the way, please do give back. Join us in that cause. Free the children, the Jeunesse Kids. Thank you very much.